Senate Justice and Legal Affairs Committee have voiced strong opposition to the proposed extension of their presidential term limit to 7 years. Now, many argue that leaders should focus on delivering results rather than prolonging their time in office. As our senior political reporter Elizabeth Mutuku explains, the Senate extended the public participation period after a record 220,000 public views overwhelmed their system, while Senator Cherargei has indicated he may review the contentious term limit clause. Take a look.
In a public participation exercise which was conducted today in the Kenyatta International Conference Center, KICC, many Kenyans vehemently opposed a proposal to extend term limit for president, MPs, governors and members of county assembly, with some proposing that, if possible, the term durations be reduced to ensure accountability and responsibility.
People who talk 100 things and then they don't implement any of the 100. And lastly, we also call to any of the senators or member of parliament, please propose a bill which will go and state that a deputy president should also be elected by Kenyans, so that we'll be going to election, elect president independently and deputy president independently.
Instead of increasing the term limits to 7 years, we should reduce them, if possible, to 4 years and reduce the powers of the members of parliament. Because
However, a section of Kenyans supported some clauses in the amendment bill by Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, especially on the increase of county revenue allocation from 15% to 40%. The vetting of cabinet secretaries by both houses also received a nod of approval by some Kenyans, which would be a shift from now, as that mandate is on the National Assembly. A number of Kenyans also supported the idea that the deployment of KDF should be approved by both houses.
The leader of the majority will come from the ruling coalition or ruling party. Do you see a conflict of interest between the leader of majority and also the prime minister? And it also goes ahead and says that he will serve at the pleasure of the president. Yani tunasema, for example, if the prime minister today was Edwin Deda, ataenda kupigia president wa Kenya magoti.
The onset when I read this amendment, or this purported amendment, I immediately think that this is just a selling point. It is a point of advertisement. It is a point that is meant to lure Kenyans to believe that increased allocation to the counties immediately translates to better services and, a better standard of living in the county levels.
Cherargei, who is the sponsor of the bill and was present in public participation exercise, seemingly throwing in the towel on the term limit hot potato, promising to review the clause.
Kenyans, I have received feedback both individually and at that capacity, and I want to assure on term limit, I will look at it. And there is a procedure of looking at that clause, Chair. So I want to assure the public that they should not. And confirm, Chair, I want to dispel a misnomer. This is a private member's bill. It is Senator Cherargei bill. It is not sponsored by anybody. It is not sponsored by the party. It is not sponsored by your committee. I am the sponsor and I'm here listening.
The Senate has extended the public participation exercise until tomorrow, following an issue with Justice and Legal Affairs Committee email servers, with over 220,000 mails received from Kenyans.
I am ashamed.
With Kenyans having given their views on the extension of term limit, the much awaited is to see whether Senate will put into consideration their views or not. Elizabeth Mutuku, TV 47, Nairobi.